The response to this move is just... Oh, wait, I'm reviewing for white. Haha. You know how I say Hane at the head of 2? You know what the exceptions of those are? When they have 1-point jumps. Usually it's here when they have a tiger's mouth, but this one... You see how this stone kind of affects the liberties of these? Slight difference. It's not as comfortable when they have a 1-point jump. Yeah, so you can just jump. And maybe make an influence or something. But, we're at a single digit Q level. We have to learn the opening a little bit. His move was supposed to be to block the corner. So this is basic, right? Just defense. But your move actually should be to go in and take that corner. Because the Chinese opening, like when you play on this side to stop the influence, he needs the territory. If you get in the corner, if you get both, then you got the territory and you stop the influence. So something here is probably the way to punish this move. For the ins and outs, look at pro games. You can actually just yes, no wall theory. That's not even a move. It's not even a move. Okay. Two. Undo. So he came back and attacked. Okay, this one came back and attacked. This one. That's the move, apparently. Okay. That's the move you're supposed to play. That is the move you're supposed to play. Or shoulder hit. Yeah. Shoulder hit or back off and attack something. It looks like you just settle. Looks like it's common for black to do this one when he has strength to attack this stone. And then it looks like shoulder hits. Okay, yeah, so it looks like this move is only an option when black has strength here. And the responses are either defend with A or attack or something, or shoulder hit or invade. Okay, and that's how you use the database. Just do that. Ta-da! I just learned something and taught you something that I didn't even know. Yeah, and that's how you use it. That's what you do. You just study, right? You just look it up. Okay. This one feels a little good for black. You really need a base. You don't have a base. Or here. Kind of far, but it makes it hard to go in, so it's kind of a base. No, it's a thank you move. Just fix. No reason not to. Staying connected is really important. Because if I cut, you see how weak these two stones are? So, okay, you gotta defend. And now 2 weak groups. That's an important cutting point. Yeah, now you have a base, you're connected. Seems fine. This is okay. Unsettle black. But it also unsettles you, so gotta be careful. This is not alive. This is not enough space for life. This looks like a bulky 5, honestly. Or something similar. Actually, he could just do that and just take your base. So, there's no base. Just run away. Just run away. If you can't make a base, run away. So a little bit slow. Yep, stay connected. No big deal. Well, this can't happen. Okay, that can't happen. You have to stay connected. Even if you lose your base, you have to stay connected. And you can just run away. You can't get cut, though. Getting cut is very bad. You lose complete control of this fight if you get cut. Yeah, and now black is pretty much settled. And black can do whatever he wants. So, yeah, definitely a failed attack here. This is not important at all. Yeah, just let him connect and make your base. Yep. Yeah, I don't care. Good, Tanuki. Nice. But, top side isn't the big move. Left side's the open side. Left side is the open side. This exchange, you handle this very calmly and nicely, but the left side is the open side. Why get attacked? You see, what he wants to do is avoid the punishment by playing a different shape. But what he's actually doing is killing himself. Oh, it's not the Joseki. This is why memorizing Joseki is bad. You memorize this pattern, you're like, oh, hey, yeah, this is the shape I know and love, right? Absolutely not. If it's not the exact same, it's not the same situation. It's a completely different situation. If there is other stones present, you have to take those into account. This is why you don't memorize Joseki. You study them and learn why you play each of the moves. Because you're supposed to do something like this and cut off these stones. It's so painful. And how do I know this? How do I know this? Because this one, we know this one is bad. Because the wedge. And if you watch my stream, this comes up often enough that if you've been watching for at least a month, you've seen this at least probably once or twice. This is a very common sequence that gets messed up. At 8Q, we definitely should know the sequence. You've never seen that? Really? You watch my stream all the time. You've never seen me do this? I've talked about this at least 5 times in the last 2 months. Wow. What are the odds? But if you're single digit Q, you have got to know this shape. Like I think it's against the rules for you not to know this shape. Single digit Qs have to know this shape. You cannot Hane with the one space pincer Joseki. Like if they approach and pincer, you cannot Hane. It'll get punished. And a single digit Q, you have to know this shape. It's so important. So, when he does this, it's the same concept. These two stones do not have enough liberties, and this stone gets activated. And this is why we don't memorize Joseki. We study them. We understand why. Otherwise, we do this. If it's not the exact same pattern, you have to treat it as a unique situation. What is the uniqueness? Well, I'm weak. I want to expand my eye space. And it's single digit Q. Can I expand my eye space while taking advantage of weakness? Yeah. You can do that. If he blocks, you can do that. Is he going to connect? Dude. Oops. 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 There's many ways you can punish this. But we have to recognize that there's weakness here. Yeah, you gotta know pincers. Single digit Q, we have to know pincers. It's unfortunately one of those basics that you have to know. So yeah, this one is just punishing these two liberties by activating the Aji of this stone. The basics that we can apply here is we want to defend our corner, so we want to expand our eye space. We're single-digit Q, so if we can expand it by utilizing weakness, that's what we want to do. So how can we expand eye space by utilizing weakness? We utilize the lack of liberties on these two stones. And that's how we can come up with this Hane or this Hane. Expand the eye space while utilizing weakness. This one is way too normal. It's letting your opponent get away with it. This is not Joseki. Thank you. No, don't fix. It's Mihai to kill. Or squeeze or something. It's a disaster for black. Yeah, you're not punishing your opponent. Definitely not punishing your opponent's lack of shape. Ah, it's so painful not to do this. Imagine you're in a fight. Imagine you're in a fight. You're in the cage, blah, blah, blah. And your opponent puts his right hand, like, back here, and is like, let's go! Let's go! And there's a giant opening for his face right here. But you're not taking it. That's not how to fight. If your opponent gives you a gigantic target, you punch him in the face. Okay? That's how you fight. You can't miss those openings. We're single-digit Q. We cannot miss those openings. Definitely... Maybe not definitely. 1-point jump should be better. It's tighter. And then force him to crawl. Just force him to crawl. It would be very nice. Or he can just kill himself. That's fine too. Don't do the extra stuff. A and B are the cutting stones to kill C. D is the cutting stones for the outside, but you're trying to kill C because you want to connect. Okay? So keep track of what's the important stones. Which ones are the ones cutting your groups off? It's C. So C is the one you want to keep weak. So this is a bad Atari. Yeah, bad fight here. Ah, what a blunder. This basic that you're messing up is the thing that you're supposed to be working on at this level, which is utilizing your opponent's weakness for defense. That is the basic you're messing up. Okay, at single-digit Q, we're still thinking defense, but if we can defend by utilizing our opponent's weakness, that's what we want to do. So you could have captured the stones that were cutting your groups. Yeah, utilize opponent's weakness to get strength, to get strong. You can use it to get eye space. You can use it to connect. You can use it to run away. But it's still defense, but we're utilizing weakness. We're capturing the cutting stones. We're using lack of liberties to break out so we don't get surrounded. Right? These are the, like, that's all the basics that are happening in this corner right now. So yeah, it would be easy to know that this is the problem if you knew the Joseki. But even without the Joseki knowledge, there's still basics that you should be working on at a single-digit Q level, which is utilizing your opponent's weakness for defense. That's what you need to work on, and that's what you need to learn at this level. And you could see that that is exactly what caused all the problems in this corner. White gave you so many, or sorry, black gave you so many openings, but you just couldn't utilize it. Thank you for the follow, healer. Welcome to the stream. Let me know if you have any questions. So this is definitely the big basic idea that you should be working on. Everything in this corner, pretty much. Yeah. Well, if it was easy, everyone would be able to do it. If it was easy, we'd learn a double-digit Q. So, no, I get that. I get that. I'm not telling you you're a bad player. I'm just saying this is what you have to learn at this level. and this is what you're messing up. So this is what you should focus on. So yeah, definitely this. This entire corner would be completely different if you had mastered, if you knew this skill. So this is the skill you need to learn. Okay, where's our weak groups? Left side. That stone is you can sacrifice that stone. These 3 stones, it's a little bit harder to sacrifice. I think that's why the AI wanted you to play here. Settle. Okay. If he kills, who cares? The big area is the bottom. So you can go make the bottom. So likely he's going to play on the bottom. And then you can attack, blah, blah, blah. And then later, if his area becomes a large area, then you can run away or reduce by forcing him to kill it. No, because at 5Q and 3Q, you have to learn the stuff at Dawn level. The stronger you get, the harder the game is. It's unfortunate. You know how, like, money breeds more money, like in finances? The rich become richer. But if you think about it in a different way, their mistakes cost more money. Like, the richer you are, the more money you lose for a mistake. You can afford it because you have the skill to back it up, or you have the finances to back it up. It's the same with Go. The mistakes, the stronger you get, the harder the Go is, or the bigger mistakes there are. But you're better at handling it. So the stronger you get, the harder the game is. It's unfortunate. 20Q is the easiest. 20 to 25Q, that's the easiest time to improve. It's the easiest time you'll ever have. This is a very bad shape. What shape is it? It's the pre-peeped tiger's mouth. It's the same as the pre-peeped one-point jump. Same idea. If I push, there's 2 cutting points and you cannot save both. So, as long as I keep this in mind, I might be able to take advantage of this. Is this connected to your weak group? You're sacrificing J17 for Aji. There's no forcing moves, though. Technically, what you said is a single-digit Q strategy. But sacrificing something to accomplish a goal is how you apply it correctly. Your goal is to escape. How does sacrificing this stone help you escape when I can just surround you? Okay. You're supposed to be escaping. So that fancy strategy of sacrificing something or utilizing Aji to accomplish something or creating Aji to accomplish something, that is a good strategy. It's very strong, very powerful. But you have to know what the goal is. This is why we don't learn it until single-digit Q. We have to understand the goal. The goal right now is defense to escape. And even if you got this, this is not a base. There's a big difference between iSpace and a base. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. There's a big difference between iSpace and a base. A base is efficient iSpace. This is not efficient iSpace, and it's not even 2 ice. This is not efficient. So, it's not a base. In other words, this is step 3, and you're at step 2. Step 2 is run away. So, in order to be clever, we have to have a really strong understanding of the fundamentals. Okay? Our fundamental here is run away. And then, if we want to be clever, how can we utilize our opponent's Aji to run away? And I don't really see an easy way to do that, unfortunately. So I think just run away is probably just okay. This is simple and easier to use. Technically, you get away with it. Technically, it works. Technically, you got away with it. But I really think your move was ignorable. I was thinking push K16, then Elm 18. Elm 18. Push K16. Like then Elm 18. This is trying to attack your opponent, right? Assuming this works. This is attacking your opponent. You are not the attacker. Like, unsettling so you can run, that would be a good idea. That would be good. But that's why if I was black, I'd be on the outside. Like here or here. I'd be on the outside, surrounding. Then, if you do all that, or whatever, all I have to do is connect. I don't care. I don't care about that ice space. The ice space is small. Canceling out this influence and then playing on the bottom. That's what I want to do. See how many inside moves your opponent played as the attacker? That's why the attack went so well for you. Because you were on the outside connecting, and he's all on the inside getting a bunch of small stuff. So technically it worked out for you. But it's important to understand why it worked out for you. These 2 stones are not cutting stones. Not even worth it. Don't save stupid stuff. 5 stones or less, or actually I think it's like 7 or 8 stones or less. If it's not a section or an area, it's not worth it. 7 stones or less, sacrifice it. Unless it's an area, or unless it's cutting stones, just sacrifice it. Heck, you could sacrifice these 3 stones on the left and just play the bottom. The problem is, you can't just do that because it's actually quite large. that's an area, practically an area, so it's a little bit harder, but maybe possible, right? Maybe possible. But these 2 stones are super small. And then you lost the 3 stones anyway. Those 3 stones are much bigger than those 2 stones at the very least. And yeah, you can't save it. It's too late to save. I think it's here, because you have an extension. Because if I 3-3, what do you do? Usually to kill the 3-3, you play second line, but he can go here. So we're going to play second line here. Maybe. Maybe it's okay. It takes some reading, but maybe it's okay. This, on an empty center. On an empty center, this would be good. But this is immediately canceling out the influence that you would get from this round. I don't think your play is over-aggressive. I don't think that's the issue. This is actually not a bad attack. It's because he doesn't have a base, so you can surround him, right? It's a normal attack. And capping move is a normal shape. That's very normal. So the attack isn't bad. But if we look at the stage that we're at, we're in the second half of middle game, not the first half. And you can actually tell that by if you divide the board in half, like into quadrants, and just cancel out the sides. Right? Just cancel out the sides. This quadrant has a lot of stones in it. This quadrant has a lot of stones in it. This quadrant only has a few stones, so you could say it's halfway through middle game. Okay. We got to be careful about getting influence in the second half of the middle game, because what are we getting influence to? If we're just getting influence to black stones, we're not actually making any points. So in this case, I think it'd be better to attack from this side. You wanted to kill? Kill? That's a red flag word. You wanted to kill? You thought it was your only chance to win? No, 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 no. Surely not. Surely not. Okay, what's the score? This is at least, let's say 15. Oh, hey, your corner's not alive. That's not good. That's not good. Your corner's not alive. Oops. Okay, so 15, 25, 30, 35, 45, maybe 55. Okay, so 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, let's go maybe 40. So you need about 15 points. You can get 10 points right here at least. And then 5 points in Yosei. It's not game over. There's no need to all or nothing. Or maybe just block. There's 9, 10, 11, 12 maybe. There's 9 points right there. Just count how much you're down and just get it. Counting is very important. Single digit Qs, you gotta learn how to count. It's how you make judgment calls. Third line should be better. Don't go to the second line if you don't have to. If you can just reduce from the third line or reduce from the second, pick the higher line. Yeah, of course cut. This cut seems stronger, but he might resist here. But here, what if I also resist here? Your shape's not great. You are trying way too hard to kill the stone. Where's your profit? Where is the profit? Yeah. You got like 2 points for this attack. Maybe 3. And this is all going to become Dame because both players are in it. And he starts Yosei. GG. Game over. If you were down 15 and all you got was like 4 points and he started Yosei, because you were supposed to also get 5 points in Yosei. 10 in the last half of middle game and 5 points in Yosei, and you can make a comeback. But if he gets Yosei and you made 4 points, not even close. Not even close. Oh, hey. You didn't die. What? Why? Just connect. What? Did he think that he couldn't go here because you're going to Atari him? I think he thought he was going to get Atari. That's a misread. Oh, man. That's funny. That's funny. You got really lucky here. You should have died. Yeah, lessons this game. Lessons this game are utilizing your opponent's weakness to accomplish your goal. Keep track of the goal, of the basic goal. Just be more effective by utilizing opponent's weakness to accomplish it. You're getting some cleverness, but you need to remember what the goal is. Don't get distracted trying to be clever and forget the goal. Cleverness is a clever way to accomplish the goal. Okay, and the second half of middle game, counting would have really helped you. You can't really get away with it without counting when you're making judgment calls. If you don't know who's winning or losing, and by how much, how can you make a judgment call? That's when you go overcommit and try to kill. If you're trying to kill, that's a red flag. Trying to kill is saying, if I don't, I will resign. Have a good night, Saren. Yeah. Before going crazy, count. Trying to kill is like all or nothing. That's way too high risk. If you're not about to resign, then why are you trying to kill? And if you're not counting before you resign, you are not accurately judging the board. But yeah, weakness. Single digit Q stuff. You gotta learn the harder stuff. It's time to level up. You gotta use the higher level stuff.